Let's get you the latest that's happening in West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee's former minister and a heavyweight from the TMC, Suvendu Adhikari, has reached the assembly, is likely to tender his resignation formally any time now. Let's also go across to my colleague Anirudh, who's joining us with more. Anirudh, this was expected ahead of his impending expected joining into the BJP as well. Tell us more of what you're picking up.
Yes, next week, Union Home Minister Amit Shah is going to hold a rally in West Bengal, and sources close to Suvendu Roy has told us that it is very likely that he is going to join the BJP formally at that rally, and it's going to be a major blow for the TMC, particularly in West Bengal, considering the fact that Suvendu was the person who in fact helped Mamata Banerjee out the TMC in the year 2007. We also brought an end to the left rule, 34 years long left rule in the West Bengal. So definitely, if Suvendu Adhikari joins the BJP, then it's going to be a major blow to the Trinamool Congress. Trinamool Congress, meanwhile, we have also picked up that Trinamool Congress left no stone unturned to convince Suvendu Adhikari to be in the party,
right. Anirudh, just interrupting you for a brief minute because we are getting an update and a confirmation now that Suvendu Adhikari, former TMC minister and heavyweight from the party, has tendered his resignation. This is, of course, a big blow for the Mamata Banerjee-led government in West Bengal. That is the incumbent government ahead of the next state elections, and also for the party. Could this open the floodgates for the TMC is a big question right now, because Suvendu Adhikari is a heavyweight from the party, and he has openly lashed out at Mamata Banerjee's leadership in the last few days and is expected to join their chief opposition, that is the BJP, ahead of the state elections. The bigger worry, of course, for the TMC will continue to be whether this leads to more exodus from the party that is disintegrating, it seems, ahead of the next state elections. While Mamata Banerjee has been putting up a brave face, her leadership and also the coterie by her nephew in the party has miffed several others. Anirudh.
Yes, because of Mamata Banerjee and Adhikari Banerjee's strong dictatorial attitude within the TMC, many senior leaders of the party are not happy with the functioning of Mamata Banerjee and her nephew Adhikari Banerjee. However, they also don't have the guts to put it up front in front of Mamata Banerjee that they are not happy with the party functioning. And Suvendu Adhikari had mastered the courage to raise his voice against Mamata Banerjee. And Adhikari's resignation from the TMC is going to be a major blow, as I was telling you, because Adhikari was a person who was actually the man behind Mamata Banerjee when he brought an end to the 34-year-long left rule in the state of West Bengal in the year 2007, and the entire Nandigram protest that we witnessed in the year 2007 was masterminded by Suvendu Adhikari. So, in other terms, we can say that Adhikari's exit from the Trinamool Congress and his closer to the BJP is actually not a good sign for Mamata Banerjee, and it will definitely have some major ramifications as far as the political equation of the state of West Bengal is concerned, which is also going to the elections likely in the month of April.
Yes. So it is expected that towards the end of this week, Suvendu Adhikari will be joining the BJP officially in presence of the former party president Amit Shah. That is going to be both a message to the TMC, but also a message to the public in West Bengal that the tide is against the TMC, that the rule of TMC and Mamata Banerjee has led to such a situation that her own confidants of the past, Anirudh, are now deserting her. This, of course, as far as the narrative setting before the elections is concerned, is going to be extremely important for the BJP.
Yes, absolutely. And Suvendu Adhikari, as far as we know, is not alone, because there are many other people within the party, many other MLAs who are extremely loyal to Suvendu Adhikari, And in the coming days, they might also
Yes.
strike from the TMC to the BJP. And it's very likely to happen because the political environment in West Bengal is heating up day by day. And with all the input that we have been gathering, be it from North Bengal, be it from East Bengal or other parts of Bengal, all are not well in the side of Mamata Banerjee's TMC because many leaders now, after Suvendu Adhikari, many leaders are actually in touch with Adhikari as well as his other constituents. And within a week or two after Suvendu Adhikari joins the BJP formally in West Bengal next week, then the picture will be much more clearer as where the political equation of West Bengal is heading towards.
Absolutely. So the next few days and weeks leading up to the elections become even more interesting, if they weren't already. A pitch battle really as far as the BJP and the TMC are concerned. But the exodus of important leaders that has begun roughly a year or two ago actually has now reached to the point where Suvendu Adhikari has tendered his resignation formally from the TMC after quitting his other posts, including the cabinet ministership that he had. Now, the big question is, how does the TMC handle this? Because as my colleague Anirudh was mentioning, there are loyalists in Suvendu Adhikari's camp that could also show their back to the TMC. Where does that leave the party? Already it is facing a barrage of accusations by the BJP on the law and order situation. And just hitting back politically sometimes is not sufficient enough as the chief minister of the state. Has Mamata Banerjee said the right things, done the right things in the last few weeks to show that she's in control? The BJP claims that the party is disintegrating. That's also the resignation letter that Suvendu Adhikari has tendered in after reaching the assembly just a short while ago. With this, it seems, for not just him, but even for the BJP, a new chapter is all set to begin in West Bengal.